In particular, asylum charity. Let's have a look at this.
Good morning, the Member of Parliament for Ashford and East. We're here in Calais. You can see the port behind me. I'm still furious. I'm foaming at the mouth over this Care for Calais organisation. They're acting like a magnet for these young men to set up camp here. They're basically feeding them, clothing them. They're teaching them how to speak English, how to read and write in English, and then waiting for them. Once they cross the channel, they're waiting for them and volunteering in hotels to support them while they're there. This is absolutely scandalous. I think these are just as complicit in this trade as the people traders. And the cheek of it, when we introduce new laws to send these people to Rwanda, it's Care for Calais that's challenging these decisions in court. These are raising millions of pounds, and they are part of the problem. They're not the solution.
OK, strong words there from Lee Anderson. Now, GB News has made attempts to get a comment back from Care for Calais. Lee Anderson basically saying they were quite similar to the human traffickers, people smugglers. Care for Calais have not yet cared to comment on this particular issue, so we cannot go to them and get their side of the story on this. But I can now speak to a man who's prepared to continue commenting, and that is Lee Anderson himself, who is in Calais. Lee, thank you very, very much. Your view, it would appear, is that we have actual human traffickers, and we also have groups, as you're saying, a bit like Care for Calais, who are, what, doing quite a similar job in your mind?
I hope you can hear me, because it's a really bad signal. It's not Care for Calais. It's Care for Calais. It's certainly not Care for the UK, because what I've seen over the past 24 hours, quite frankly, made me very, very angry. What I've seen is another chink in the armour, another link in the chain of this evil trade. Now, what I did see was hundreds of young men in a camp that's being taught English, being taught skills, they're being encouraged to be there, they're being fed and watered. Nothing wrong with that, we've got to be humane, but at no stage are they being told not to go to the UK. So what it is, these young men are coming...
Are they being helped to get to the UK, do you think? Because that's the big thing, isn't it? It's one thing looking after them and making sure they don't freeze to death, but it's another thing being helped.
Yeah. What I'm saying is, they're not being deterred from going to the UK, and they're encouraged. You know, the shocking thing is actually seeing young ladies working for Calais, for UK, walking around holding hands with some of these young men. They think they're doing the right thing. I don't think that's the right thing. And here's the killer. When they get to the UK and get in the hotels, Care for Calais have got hundreds of volunteers, you know, working in the hotels, you know, getting them ready for life in the UK. So this is just part of a journey. This is the final leg. You will see these young men coming into the UK. And my goodness, they must think that Britain's a great place because they've got people feeding them and looking after them in Calais. And when we get there, the same people from the same organisation is actually helping them settle into the UK. And guess what? When we try to get the Rwanda scheme off the ground, the same organisation fights us in the court. It's absolutely terrible.